Hey guys, welcome back and happy Thursday. All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to say thank you so far for such an incredible week, but also today we have our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Dubai recap right here at 12 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 a.m. Pacific. Literally, as soon as you get done watching this video, hop on over because we'll be recapping both episodes. This week was so wild. The episodes were so good. So many revelations, but also awkward, really cringy moments, really sad moments. There's a lot to discuss, but I want to break down some more of the hypocrisy going on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We can't get enough of these diamond holders. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So I don't know if you watched last night's episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but like I said, we will be recapping it here anytime. And I got really annoyed with this episode. I got annoyed for a couple of reasons. One, I think Sutton is really killing it this season. I didn't really necessarily love her in the beginning when she made the comments about, sorry, I didn't have a gun put to my head. But then now I'm kind of warming up to the fact that she's holding her own. She decides to tell Erica that she's not a liability. Actually, in fact, Erica is the real liability to the group. And Lisa Rinna, I am not understanding where she comes from at all. She just seems like, honestly, a loose cannon on the show. She's not really holding it together, and her anger is being so sporadically, like, just displaced. Honestly, if you're watching the show, I think anybody would think that. But Erica accuses Garcelle of pushing a false drinking narrative, and I'm like, wait, what the hell are you talking about? Garcelle said, listen, I'm coming from a place, like a good place, and I'm honestly concerned for you. Erica's like, I don't think so. This has happened 3 times, and Garcelle was like, right. It's happened 3 times, one of which involved my kids. So I think if out of everyone in the group, yes, Erica's friends do get to, have some sort of input and be like, hey, listen, Erica, I think that there's a problem. We just want to get you some help and kind of figure out what you're doing. But then also on top of that, I think that if you're going to attack someone's kid and be nasty to them, then yeah, you open the floodgates for Garcelle to have an opinion too. And you're accusing her of pushing this false narrative like she's going around to every single person in the group, when really you're the one who ended up, sharing with Lisa Rinna that you fell and hit your head. And then that information was taken from her and given to Garcelle. It's not like, Erica is sitting there saying to Lisa Rinna, why would you go and share that with the rest of the group? It's not Garcelle who's sharing it with the rest of the group. She's the one who shared it with Sutton. Her and Sutton are friends, and they talk about these things. Erica has gone in on Sutton. They're trying to repair a friendship. But then also when Garcelle has Erica going in on her son, then yeah, she's going to talk to her friends, Cherise and Pino, and also Sutton about the situation. And now she's trying to, infiltrate the Fox Force 5. What, I don't even know what the hell it's called anymore, but it needs to be broken up because it's just ridiculous at this point, because there are 2 clear sides. This cast is so divided like I've never seen before, but there are 2 clear sides. And when she tried having a conversation with Dorit and letting Dorit know that, listen, I think that this could be a problem. And, she fell, she hit her head, she started throwing up. And that's what Lisa Rinna told me. Dorit was like, I think I need to keep a better eye on her. I'm genuinely concerned. But then we get to the roller skate Rinna beauty party last night, which great plug for Lisa Rinna, and also very problematic, like the way that some of them were dressed and the makeup, but we'll get to that in the recap. When Erica's going in on Garcelle for trying to push this false narrative about her drinking, Dorit was sitting right there and she didn't say anything. And this is the second time Dorit has done that, because I was really starting to like Dorit again, but she didn't say anything. She didn't say, no, we've all been concerned. Why don't they all say that? We've been concerned. Kyle Richards obviously has been very vocal about the fact that she's not concerned. She's like, I like this drunk Erica. But, for the rest of the women, if they're actually your friends, then yes, of course they would be concerned that you're mixing your medication with your alcohol and you're acting in a way that you haven't before. I get that you want to say, listen, my life is falling apart and, there's things that I'm going through and I'm trying to do the best that I can. Yes, but then you're also over here saying that Crystal Kung Minkoff needs to exercise her, her ability to have access to different therapists and people that she can link up with and get over her whole eating disorder, which is absolutely absurd. So if she can do that and she has that sort of access, well, you do too. And I know for a fact through Bravo, if you are a talent that's affiliated, like Vanderpump Rules, Shaws of Sunset, they got canceled, but Southern Charm, any of our Real Housewives, it's such a traumatic experience, or it can be. It can give you like PTSD and anxiety to film a reality show. So they offer you someone to talk to if in fact you need someone to talk to. So for Erica, you have someone that you can easily access as well. You can access them too. And I think for her, it's just about making someone else look bad for no reason. Like she's trying to make Garcelle look bad for talking about her drinking. Yet they have no problem talking about, Sutton, Garcelle. I feel like I don't want to sit here and try to pick sides, but I think that I've clearly picked a side. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I think when, she calls Garcelle a liar, when she's calling Sutton a liability, it's like, why are none of the other women pushing against her? Pushing back against what Erica's saying? It's like they're all afraid of her. What are you afraid of? And then the ones who clearly aren't afraid of her would obviously be Kathy Hilton, Garcelle Bouvet, Sutton Strack, Cherie Zampino. But then on this other side, it's like we replaced Teddy in the Fox Force 5 and we have Diana, Dorit, Kyle Richards, Erica Girardi, and Lisa Rinna. And for Lisa Rinna, she had a whole crying breakdown moment saying that she wasn't going to go after Sutton anymore at the Homeless Not Toothless charity event, which the women were kind of making fun of, and I felt bad for that. But they did just get a failing grade based off of the health score of their charity and the success rate and the sustainability. They got a failing grade, and I'm going to bring that up in the recap. But my point is she tried to have some sort of resolve in that moment. She's like, I just can't do it anymore, you guys. And she's crying. And I don't want to make fun of that because, she lost her mother. And I think that's absolutely horrible. And I feel really bad for her. But then right there, she just like flips the minute that Sutton decides to share with the women that, hey, guess what? You've called me a liability. Well, you're actually a liability because I was contacted by an attorney. And when she shared that, then all of a sudden, Lisa Rinna's whole demeanor changed. And she's like, girl, it's on. I don't know, guys. I want to hear what your opinions are because this whole thing is an absolute shit show at this point. There's so much to discuss. Jason and I will be back on with the photos, with everything that went on through the episode. We're talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Dubai. But Erica, again, accusing Garcelle of pushing this false narrative. I'm just not buying it. It's not her fault. And like she said, Erica, I don't need you to look or to make you look bad. You can do that all by yourself. And she's like, honestly, go self-implode. I don't give a shit at this point. And if I were Garcelle, I would be the same way, even though I think, honestly, Garcelle was coming from a place of, I had to deal with, a sobriety issue with my son. And I've seen this before. Lisa Rinna also had to deal with a sobriety issue with her sister, and she's seen it before. I'm sure some of the other women have dealt with sobriety issues in their families, and they've seen it before. We've all had that one drunk friend, and no one is really offering to help except for Lisa Rinna, who just oddly enough is the one who's able to tell her that she's becoming a little bit of a shit show. So what? Go ahead, guys, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and I will see you on the recap. My head is killing me from this. All right. Bye, guys. Love you.